When I moved into pharmacy, we had loads of data, but we had very little information. So what we had to look about was how we could convert data into information. And that's where Real World Retail, who understood retail, came along, and they saw all the transactional data that was coming from our dispensing system and from our EPOS systems. And they had the capacity with modern technology, with a data warehouse, to convert that data into meaningful information for us with reports that made sense, that actually measured the key performance indicators. I know it's a bit of a buzzword, KPIs, but in reality there are a limited number of activities that drive the profitability of our business, and these guys had the capacity to turn the data into information that can confirm to us what we were doing wrong, what we were doing right, and what we had to do to change it. Every pharmacist in Ireland, and independent pharmacists or pharmacists within groups, are getting up and they're doing a tremendous job in terms of their interaction with and as a tremendous contribution to the well-being of their patients. However, if you're on your own, running your own business, and you're thinking that business 24/7, it can be very hard to convert what you're doing every day and understand what you're doing every day, that you're doing the right things, and it's resulting in ultimately a profitable, viable pharmacy. The benefit of this, it takes all that work, converts it into a meaningful set of measures, KPIs if you want to call them that, but effectively a meaningful set of measures that if you look at once a week, every Monday morning, and share with your teams, this is how we did last week, this is how we're doing on a year-to-date basis, this is how we're doing against target, this is the impact of reference pricing. You get the teams, yourself, much more clearly aligned to doing what's necessary to actually ensure that, as well as providing that fantastic service to your patients, that you can also have a long-term sustainable, viable business in what is a very challenging environment. For example, like everyone's aware of generic penetration. We had pharmacists who were very good, or were believed to were very good at dispensing generics and what have you. We now are in a position where we're able to measure that, and the definition of what is very good became very clear, because we can measure it on a day-by-day, item-by-item basis, and feed that information back to the pharmacists and the pharmacy teams. And as a consequence, the level of generic penetration in our business over the last 12 months has moved from 60% to 87%, with 27 of the stores over 90%. That's a magnificent transformation, and it's a huge contribution to improved profitability in a time when the returns are constantly diminishing, whether it's with reference pricing, price reductions, or just less money to spend by all the customers and patients. Real world retailing is exactly what it says in the tin. They're living the real world, and it's about retail. John Hogan, from the very first day we met him, we knew he understood what retailers require, and he was able to convert information that we needed, or convert the data we had into the information we needed, because he understood it from a retail perspective.